Hey everybody, it's Kai Juhlin here, Roast to Order Coffee, and I'm here to talk to you guys about grinders, coffee grinders. So this is what we use here in the production facility. This is an industrial sort of coffee grinder. You got all your different settings here. This is made to grind large amounts of coffee, at least a pound, at once. And it takes a pretty short amount of time. You just pour it into the top here. And you load your bag into this thing, and then you grind it. But not everybody has access to something like this. You need to be in the coffee profession, like yours truly. So that's where this comes in. This is a smaller, tabletop coffee grinder. This is the Capresso Infinity Plus 560. And it's a smaller grinder. This is a conical burr grinder. This is the same type of grinding system here. This is also a burr grinder, but this one is meant for grinding small amounts of coffee, obviously, like if you're just about to make a single pot of coffee. And what's really cool about this is you can control how fine or how coarse you want your beans to be. Same thing with this one. So if you're going to be pressing coffee in a French press, you can set it to the coarse. If you're making some espresso, you can set it all the way over here to extra fine. And you can remove this part here. You can get up close and personal with the burrs. You can kind of see it in there. And there's a little rubber stopper fella. And these are pretty awesome. These are pretty great. We've got one at our house too. And the grounds, they come in this little container here. You can get your roast to order scoop from Planetary Designs, and you can scoop it into your press from Planetary Designs here that you bought from roasttoorder.shop. And pour yourself a delicious cup of freshly ground, freshly roasted coffee. The benefit to having a grinder like this over something else like a spice grinder is that this is actually made for coffee beans. If you've got something that's it's like maybe probably a little bit smaller and it's just a capsule on top and it's got blades, exposed blades, then chances are that that's not a proper coffee grinder. That's for something like spices. What you're gonna get out of that is that the size of the grounds are going to be pretty inconsistent. So let's say you wanted to press some coffee and you had a spice grinder to grind your beans. Well, some of the grounds are going to be large enough for pressing coffee, presumably, but also some of them might be too large. They can't fully extract the flavor. And some of them are going to be too small, so they're going to over extract the flavor. So it's just going to be really inconsistent, and you're not going to get that cup of coffee that you want. But with this, where this comes in, the grounds are consistent however you choose to grind them, with whatever coarseness you choose. And it's a lot easier to clean. It's made for coffee. You're going to be getting the results that you want from a machine such as this. But obviously, the spice grinders have their place in the kitchen as well. Maybe chopping nuts, chopping herbs. Moving on. So yeah, this is just going to be a lot better for your household coffee grinding needs. And it looks kind of pretty. It's got a nice little script font there. That looks kind of cool. You could make a typeface based on this logo right there. It looks real cool, like an Italian person wrote it. If you want something a little bit prettier than this one here, you can get the Infinity Plus 570 model, which has the same grinder, same sort of grind selection system. It just looks a little bit prettier. It might fit might fit your appliances better if you're a bit of a kitchen appliance nerd. But this is this would be for someone who has either all appliances that look like this, or if you don't really care about the way your appliances look. More power to you if that's the case. So that's just a little bit of info, a little bit of background on coffee grinders and how to select a good coffee grinder for you. Obviously, this is the one that we have, the Compresso Infinity 560. So we'll recommend this one to you. It's real workhorse, you know. I've got, like I said, I've got the same one over at the Juhlin residence. I've had the Mascows. I've had this for 11 years. It's never failed them, except when a little user error, Mike will admit. We don't have to get into that.
Sure you can. You can if you want.
So the one thing that you probably don't want to do with a grinder like this is put already ground coffee into this pot here. What that's going to do is nothing good, really. Is just going to make a mess all over the place inside the machine and just jam it up, you know, make it totally messy. You'll have to take it apart and, you know, get inside there, and you don't want to do that, you know. You want to keep this thing factory built. You know, this is made by a professional machine maybe, but a professional nonetheless, and you don't want to undermine that workmanship that was put into this beautiful piece of Italian craftsmanship. It's like a Fiat, this thing here. Capresso, you know? So, you know, you can grind yourself some espresso beans, pour yourself a little macchiato, and get into your Ferrari and drive around with your tiny little mug and your espresso and your cigarette and your what are some other Italian things?
Gold snaggletooth chain.
Gold, yeah. You got your gold chain. Your hair is slicked back. Maybe you're chowing down on a cannoli or something. Maybe you're looking at the work of some Italian artist, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, coffee grinders. So yeah, that's just a little bit of info on burr grinders for you. This is the one that we use, and this is the one that we also use, but this is the one that you will probably want to use. You can check us out at roasttoorder.shop, get some coffee, get yourself a nice delicious burr grinder, pour yourself some beans into that grinder, grind them up, make a nice delicious pot of coffee, and then drink the coffee and then say that was good coffee. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, put a comment down below. Check out our various social medias. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and hopefully we are in your cupboard. When I mean we in that sense, I'm talking about the coffee, not our physical beings. But you already knew that, hopefully. Once again, thanks for watching, and have a beautiful day.